The version of you that is in the ideal relationship, that version of you, it is natural for you to be in it. It is not on a pedestal. That version of you is cool, calm, and collected. And that version of you has let go of things that have been tethering you to the current reality that you may be in. So whether this is you in a relationship and you want to go deeper, or whether this is you that's not in a relationship and you want to get into a relationship, the key to really being in alignment is letting go, not wiring in. The scale of consciousness that I've shared in many videos, it starts at shame, fear, guilt, anger, eventually goes up to neutrality, then reasoning, love, joy, peace, and enlightenment. The key to raising your vibe is that of letting go. It's not of trying to attain a new level. If you just let go, it naturally raises. Now, in the same way, in order to attract love, there are things you must let go of in order to raise your frequency, to either become more magnetic or to go deeper in the relationship you're currently in. And this was pivotal for me to attracting love. This was pivotal to me to really feeling worthy, whole, and complete. And I'm gonna share with you exactly what the 5 things you must let go of are to then let in love. You must let these go to let in. That's the magic sauce. Let's get into this video right meow. Welcome back to another video. My name is Aaron and I help people expand their consciousness. Now in this video, I'm gonna be sharing with you those 5 things you must let go of in order to attract love. And remember, you in this reality that maybe isn't in a relationship, and then you in this reality that is in a relationship, they're different vibrational versions of you. One may be attached to old patterns, may be attached to childhood dynamic patterns, may be attracted to people that are similar energy dynamics of the kind of childhood energy dynamics that were going on. This version of you is more free. It is cool, calm, and collected. It is not on a big pedestal for you to be in a relationship. These are different vibrations. And that's one of the first things I want to share with you is when I look, I did this for YouTube. Many of you may know the story if you watch my videos. I was working a 9-to-5 job that I freaking hated. And I recognized the version of me that was doing what I love. And I realized I was making videos daily. I imagined that version of me and I became it. I made the choice that this was comfortable. I had to let go of seeing myself as a 9-to-5 job goer. I had to let go of the mentality that's like I go to work and trade my time for money. I had to let go of the self-image. I had to let go of many things. I had to give up my pride a little bit because I moved back into my dad's house so I could make it work, and I let those things go, and then I became this version of me. Well, in the same way, the version of you that's tied to your current reality, maybe you're tied to an ex relationship and you're always thinking about it. Maybe you're tied to limiting beliefs and you think that they're actually serving you, and we'll talk about that, but they're not. Maybe you're tied to codependent patterns. Whatever you're attached to, you must let go of to then just be this version of you. Now, not that long ago, I was over here on this side of the screen. Could have been over here, but I was over here because I had attachments. I had attachment to past relationships. I had attachment to codependent patterns and people pleasing, really caring what people thought. I had attachment to a level of shame of feeling that I was broken and believing that, I had to fix people in order to get them to, if I could fix them, then maybe they would love me the way that I feel like I want to be loved. And when I became aware of these attachments, I realized that there's a payoff to many attachments. The payoff is that either you stay safe in where you are, or the payoff is that you get some emotional charge from it. Payoffs are kind of insidious. Payoffs, they'll keep you, keeping you safe is a payoff that keeps you where you are, but it also keeps you in pain. So becoming aware of these is key. Now, the first thing that I had to let go of to attract love and to allow it to let in was I had to let go of my past relationship. This was something that was very challenging to do because I told myself a story about it for a very long time. I said that this is the only type of, I had all these stories about it that kept me tied to it. I didn't think I'd meet somebody as deep. I didn't think I would meet somebody that I really had a spiritual connection with. I was afraid that if I let it go, I'd be letting go of that part of myself. Really what attachment is, by the way, is it's identity. It's identifying with somebody thinking that they are a part of you. And think about it, like needy and codependent patterns. It's like we literally are taking out our heart and we're putting it into other people, and and then we're trying to control them to give us what we need, without realizing that the heart is within us. We're externalizing our own happiness. We need something from the external. We need validation normally. Normally, neediness and codependency, by the way, it's a validation drug. It's like I want someone's validation and approval because we didn't get it from our parents growing up. And when we become aware of that, it changes everything. So for me, I literally, for a year and a half or 2 years, had like this kind of energy dynamic to where I didn't really let go. And because I didn't let go, I didn't allow anything new in. And I felt really stuck. I didn't understand. I was trying to control. I felt I had a pattern where I was choosing people that weren't choosing me. And it was because it felt familiar from childhood. I felt like, having emotionally unavailable people in my life, it felt comfortable and familiar to always be proving myself. And that felt familiar, so I kept attracting that. And that was one of the biggest, and that was, for many people, one of the hardest things you'll ever do is let somebody go. But it's like the one thing you must do to then get to this next level of like really self-love. I realized that I was abandoning myself to like mold my reality to accommodate someone else's. And really it's an abandonment wound. That's why I was so attached. Once I realized this, and I realized that I abandoned myself when I was a kid to then like make my mom or my dad happy, that was a game changer. And so why am I doing this? I need to stop abandoning myself, and I need to start being myself. I need to start being in my own frame. So that's the first one, is letting go of your ex. You can't, it's like a dog with a bone in its mouth and it wants another bone, but it won't let go of this one. You can't fit both in your mouth. You could, but it gets very messy and gets really complicated. So that's the first thing you must like. It's the biggest thing. I have videos on attracting love, and I talk about how the one thing, if you want to attract a specific person, you got to let that person go, because then you let go of the energetic threads that's like keeping resistance there, and then they have a higher chance of actually coming back to you. But you're not doing it to get them back. You're letting them go because you don't need that. You just need to be in your own frame, in your own energy. Now, the second thing that I had to let go of in order to attract love, and you must let go of to allow in, is you must let go of your limiting beliefs about love. I had limiting beliefs that said women are trying to control me. That said women are what I need. I need to fix them. So I attracted women that had a lot going on that I could try to fix. I need the validation of women. These are all things when I was a kid, because I had the abusive stepmom from 7 to 15 years old, I was tuning myself in order to survive to the woman. So what happened is, even after my dad divorced her, I'd find that in a pattern, it would be like common for me to try to tune to like fix, instead of realizing, just be firm in my own masculine gravity and my own masculine stillness and be in my own frame, and that allows the feminine to feel safe. That is an absolute key. Now, what are your beliefs about men? What are your beliefs about women? What are your beliefs about how a man treats a woman? What are your beliefs, or the masculine and the feminine? You can use these, whatever sexual orientation you have. You can use masculine and feminine principles in anything, because that's polarity. So think about that, because up until I changed my belief about this, it didn't change. I attracted the same pattern over and over again. So if you're feeling frustrated with this, then it's because you have these autopilot beliefs that you're unaware of, that you're attached to. You're attached to them because maybe it makes you safe. And it's a crazy thing, once again, but it's like that's the payoff you get, is you feel familiar. So that's why sometimes people attract emotionally unavailable people, is because that feels familiar to have someone that's not showing up and not present. But you must become emotionally available yourself. And right now, also, now is the last chance to join that of the 21-day Magnetic Love Challenge, where I'm going live for 21 days, and I'm bringing on different experts. We have an expert that's on attachment styles. We have an expert on masculine, feminine energy. We have relationship experts. We have somebody that's an expert on like the energy of masculine and feminine sexuality. And for 21 days from July 1st to July 21st, we're going to be going through a process for letting go of the old, to then wire in the new, to let go of the old attachment patterns, let go of the old limiting beliefs, let go of the old self-image, let go of the old shame or the emotions, and then wire it in a brand new version of us that is more magnetic than ever so that you can attract love easily or deepen your relationships. So if you want to go through that from the 1st to the 21st, if you join right now as well, what'll happen is you can go at your own pace. You can go back and watch the videos later, but we're going to be going live. It's the first time I've ever done something like this. It's kind of like a 21-day live event. But what makes this different than YouTube is it's not just videos. It's accountability. You do something at the end of these videos. You post it in the High Viber group, the High Vibe Tribe, and it helps you wire it in. And it's very powerful, safe container, extremely magical. So if you want to do that right now, go to aarondoughty.com/love. That is aarondoughty.com/love, or click the link in the top description box or in the comments. You'll see it there. But today's the last day to join, so check that out. Yeah. Other than that, the third thing that I want to share, and it has to do with something that I didn't realize I had up until recently, is almost everybody I think has a belief that we are broken. Like we're broken, like there's something wrong. This is rooted in shame normally. I realized that from having emotionally unavailable parents when I was a kid. I thought that it was because of me. I had parents that divorced. I thought they divorced because of me. That's, as kids, we internalize these things. And then what happens is there's shame. Shame is identity-based. Shame says there's something wrong with me. And what happens is guilt is action-based. So it's like I'm a good person that did something bad. Shame is I have something broken with me. And because of that, I would always attract people that were also emotionally available because I didn't think I deserved somebody that would show up that way. So what I had to do is I had to go in and realize that my mom's stuff, my dad's stuff was their stuff, not mine. It's not their fault. They were treated the same way from their parents, so it's like trickled down. But I had to realize their divorce had nothing to do with me. It's their stuff, not mine. Even like an ex that you're breaking up with or that's happened, realize them breaking up with you or you breaking up with them, it's not because neither of you were good enough. And even if they find somebody else, doesn't mean you're not good enough. It means that it's just their stuff. Maybe they didn't want to go into the work. Maybe they did. Maybe you didn't want to go into the work. Whatever it is. Just recognize it just is what it is. You don't have to internalize it as shame. There's nothing wrong with you. I realized that by thinking I needed to fix an ex, I'm implying they're broken. They're not broken. There's nothing wrong with them. So that's been absolutely key and pivotal. Now, the fourth thing you must let go of is the attachment pattern you may have. There's anxious attachment, avoided attachment, and secure attachment. And what you want to do is you want to heal the attachment if you're avoidant or anxious and move into secure. And the way you do that is you have to either trust, which is for the avoidant, which means you avoid and you kind of like, in attachment styles, you like push away or you want a lot of space. Or in anxious, you like lean in and you try to control, and it's a needy energy. One is you're looking for validation and approval. One is you don't trust. So the key to both of these is that healing of that wound. Healing these wounds is the key to then being secure in love. Healing the attachment pattern, realizing that in the past you needed and you wanted and you craved validation or you craved space or whatever it is, and realize you can give that to yourself. I had to give myself my own validation in order for someone to then validate me. I had to become emotionally available to myself to then attract someone to be emotionally available. It's incredible how this works, but it is so powerful. So those first four alone will really help in this process. However, the fifth thing that you want to realize is that when it comes to attracting love, you're going to be attracted to people that replayed the same childhood patterns when you were a kid. And a lot of times they say that if you meet someone and it's this crazy, like ungrounded love where you just feel like you pulled out of yourself, that means that normally there's some type of trauma bond. So you have to almost be open and letting go of a checklist. Many of us have a checklist. You let go of that checklist and you allow yourself to then sink in and to get to know people. I realized that I was blocking out love because I was comparing everybody else to like past relationships. Once I stopped doing that and I started being open, I had to open before love would open to me. That's huge. That was key. I had to open up my heart. I had to stop judging. I had to be open. And once I did that, everything changed. I started seeing myself as worthy, and this all changed. So remember, you must let go to let in. If you want to go through 21 days of letting go of the old to then let in love, we're going to be doing that. You go to aarondoughty.com/love. I'm super excited. This is one of the last days to join. That's when I want this video to go out, just so you know. Other than that, I love you guys, and as always, peace, much love, and namaste.